What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video on tacos, turbos, and toothpicks. It's Calvin today. We back on the truck topic. So Jasmine's at work, you know, doing her thing. So we're gonna do our thing on here. I just want to take a second real quick. Appreciate everybody. We did a giveaway last month for those of you who participated. Again, I appreciate it. We got some photos and some videos from some of the winners. So I just wanted to include them here and give a shout out to everybody that participated and the winners. We thank you, and we hope you guys rock those hats for tacos, turbos, and toothpicks. So why don't you guys check out these videos, and we'll be back shortly.
What is it?
What's that? What's the hat mean? What is it?
Calvin.
No, what is it though?
Tacos, turbos, and toothpicks.
All right, now we got that stuff out of the way. Again, thank you to those guys. Shout out to my buddy Levi. He's got to be one of our #1 supporters. It's a toss up in the air between a couple of y'all, but Levi, he shouts us out all the time, tells his friends about us, so we wanted to make sure we hooked him up with one of the hats that we got made. And speaking of them, I know I'm slacking. I don't know when I'll put a big order in for hats. I know there's a couple of you guys out there that want some. So we're currently like packing up to leave Missouri, so I don't want to order anything because then basically it wouldn't be here by the time we left. So we need to get set up in another area so I can get some stuff ordered, whether I get them sent back home to mom and then get them distributed that way, or get them shipped to me wherever we are going to be next. I'm not really sure what we're going to do, but I'll make sure to get some hats out to you guys soon. And we're going to have a couple different colors that we're going to try to put a decent size order in and get hats for everybody. If you guys want one, definitely hit me up, comments, DMs, whatever, Facebook, Instagram, wherever you guys follow me, just hit me up. If you got my number, give me a shout, and we'll get some hats to you. But without further ado, guys, we're going to talk about this thing today. We've got our Edge CTS3 monitor all mounted up, looking good. We got the Mopar A-pillar here with a Edge single pod mount for the monitor, so it's just nice and clean and sits in there nicely. Gotta get some better shots than these in there, but I just want to throw this in here. So we're gonna get right into the install and show you guys how we got it put in. I'm not going in super in-depth detail. Like if you need like a blown, you know, I'm sure Edge or somebody more knowledgeable than me on YouTube has a better install video. The lighting's not that good because I'm underneath the carport. So you're more than welcome to check it out. We got it installed and put in, and it's working beautifully. I will say beautifully. There is one thing that we're going to talk about after you guys watch the install video. Here we're going to be doing something that we talked about in our last video. Is one of the first building blocks and foundation of building your Cummins truck, and that is gauges. Oops. So obviously there's a couple different options out there. There's different brands. There's different, you know, you can go with the pods or, you know, an actual gauge pillar. Third gens have the option of putting pillars up here. I just wanted the simplicity of having everything on one monitor. I got all this from Diesel Power Products. You know, obviously everybody sells the Edge monitor, but they were one of the only ones that sold this as well, so I just wanted to order it all at once. But you can see that it is a factory Mopar, so, you know, color matches perfectly. It's not an aftermarket item, and I just wanted everything to match up properly. Oh, it's right there, part number, but let's see if you guys can get in there so you can see it. It's pretty easy to find. Just search SRT10 single gauge pillar. Still wanted to utilize the grab handle, and then I also purchased, this is Edge's single gauge pod mount, I guess you could call it. It basically mounts into the A-pillar, and you're able to mount the CTS3 on there. So I had a couple questions because, like, through their directions and on the website, they only advertised for the CS2 and the CTS2. It says it'll work with phone apps, and I think it works with the CTS1 as well. So I was worried that it did not work with the bigger CTS3 model, but after reading some of the reviews and questions, the guys at Diesel Power Products answered that it does fit the same because it's the same mounting hardware to the back of this. So if you're wondering, it's supposed to work, and we'll check it out. I've seen it on a couple trucks, so finally bit the bullet and went ahead and got it installed. So as you can see here, I've just popped these caps out, which block the two 10mm bolts that go in here. And then essentially we just have to pop this thing off, mount our like edge mount in here, and then run the wire and then get the mounter put in. So I'm not going to bore you guys with the details. If there's anything else I think I should cover, then I'll take you guys off time lapse, but just for now I'll get you on the time lapse and see what we can take care of. Alright guys, just check in with you real quick. As you can see, we got the pillar off and we do have our wire run. What we're on now is the edge mount for the pillar gauge with the monitor. So essentially this is like a plastic washer that you're basically mounting on the inside of this thing to get it to stay still and run the power cord through this, and then this mounts to the outside and your monitor mounts to this thing. One thing I didn't realize in the directions, I guess with more of an aftermarket pillar you have a better lip right here. Maybe so, maybe not, I don't know, but on this thing there's no lip on this side. So let's see if you guys can see in the camera. Where are you at? So it has 4 little tabs on the end of it to kind of keep it in place because it's like a washer. And then reading further in the directions, it says you may have to trim down the bottom side and you may have to trim up on either side of the tab. Kind of going, don't make fun of me, kind of going hardcore with the grinder, but it's really all I have. As you guys know, we were traveling and I don't have all my tools. I don't even have any sandpaper or anything, Dremel, anything like that. So obviously if you're in your shop, you probably have some better options than what I have, but it seems to work. I think I've got it down to the point where I think I can finagle it in there.
Let's see if I can show you guys what we're looking at. Yeah, so this thing's actually sitting more centered in this pod, where before the tabs was way over to the side. So I think we can work with this, and it looks like it's still sturdy enough. I just don't want to get too carried away with the grinder. So I'm going to see that'll line up here. Pretty close. We may have to take a little bit more off, but I'm going to try to finagle it on there, if you know what I'm saying. I don't really know how to orient this. I'm guessing something like this. Yeah, it's pretty close.
Comes with these 4 little screws that you got to put in there. They actually give you an extra one, which is good because these little buggers are tiny. But yeah, I'm gonna get you guys back on the time lapse and go ahead and get this stuff screwed in. I don't even know if I have a screwdriver small enough for these things. As you can see, it's kind of been burning through on the time lapse. I'm sure if you actually want to know step by step how to install this Edge, or somebody more knowledgeable than me has a video on this stuff. I'm just going to go over everything that you guys just saw me doing. So basically we got the piece trimmed up like I talked about. This is the exterior piece that screws into the backside. It has 4 screws. Again, don't over tighten it. Same thing with the cab lights. It's plastic. You don't want to break it, because once you break it, then this thing loses an anchor point and it's probably going to shake like a MFR. But that's neither here nor there. So we got that mounted on with the 4 screws, and then we took the adhesive off on the back of this piece, which mounts to the monitor. We popped the covers from the factory pillar into this one. Luckily I did not break them, but it looks like, you know, it wouldn't be too hard to break them, so I would recommend trying to be gentle with them. And then also, something I didn't realize till I was about to pop it on, with these, the factory one has 2 of these metal clips that pop into the actual metal pillar. This, where the gauge is, only has 1, so you will need to take one off the factory pillar to get it in there, and it is kind of a pain in the butt because it has teeth on there to lock it in place. Again, I'm sure if you're in a shop and you have the proper tools, but me, I just had a flathead. So, and then it has this insulation into it, kind of glued into the factory pillar. I don't think it's really necessary, but the factory did it, so why not? I'm gonna slide it back in there. Hopefully it'll stay when I'm trying to put it back on, but if it doesn't, I might just take it out. So I'm thinking we're ready to rumble. Wires run. Haven't zip tied anything because I didn't know how much cable I would need, but we're just gonna go ahead and run this through so we have plenty of cable.
So we can angle this thing. If we need to, we should be able to just run it back down there. Probably should have taken a picture first. I'm not sure exactly where this goes. Oh, it's back into place. Actually came out a lot easier than I was expecting. So there's some lining. Pop that down.
Gucci. Yes, I said Gucci. Don't judge me. See if our holes are lined up.
It should be. Sorry about the lighting, but I have the sun, so we're in Jasmine's parking spot, and that's how dark it is under here. Oh yeah. So, not work properly. This thing is a lot tougher. So we're gonna go ahead, I'm gonna plug it in before we zip tie everything. I'm gonna make sure, oh yeah, we got the power. So that's good. And we're just gonna slide this bad boy in here.
So now that you guys seen it installed, and then here it is all in its beautiful form. It looks good, it works good. I like it much better than the old gauge I had in my 2005. As you guys know, I think I had it's a Smarty / MM3 like monitor, touchscreen monitor. And I didn't have any issues with it. This one's a little bigger, and I like how it mounts to this pillar instead of mounting on the windshield, because I had nothing but issues, like I told you guys in the I just wanted to go over one quick thing before this video gets any longer. Basically, got the thing installed, plugged in, everything works as it's supposed to. But I did have to reach out to Edge. Unfortunately, they couldn't really help me out with the situation because it doesn't seem to be an Edge problem, and it actually has to do with my truck. So just to give you guys a quick rundown of what happened, once I plugged it in, me and Jasmine had to go pick up her truck. So we got in, and the truck was in limp mode, but it was in limp mode with no check engine code, so it was weird. But it wouldn't go over a certain RPM. I was basically putting my foot to the floor and it would go nowhere. So got concerned, tried restarting it, turning off the truck, turning the truck back on, updating a few things on the gauges, adjusting whether I wanted on-the-fly tuning, because it has, adjustable power levels here on the screen. But since I was just using it for a gauge, I selected no at first, and then I did some research to figure out what was going on. And basically what I understand from searching some old Cummins forum posts is the truck actually does have a tuner already installed on the truck. There's just no evidence of it. There's nothing under the hood. There's nothing that came with the truck, nothing in the OBD port. nothing connected, anything under to the motor. So I'm assuming that there was some kind of box tuner, chip, you want to call it, programmer, that was installed from the previous owner, and they either sold it, lost it, or just forgot about it. I have no idea. The truck, I 100% agree that it was in stock form when I got it, because the thing was a turd. But basically, after doing some research, they told me to turn the power level all the way up as high as it would go, which is 99, and that should make your truck run, you know, better. And it actually is turning the tuner up that is already on the truck, or the programmer that seems to be already on the truck. It's actually turning it up, because now I have improved throttle response, more fuel, harder shifts, everything that a programmer would give. It's nothing crazy, so it's nothing concerning that I'm gonna, you know, overfuel the truck or, you know, mess up the transmission, because it's not a huge power level. It's, you know, to me it feels like maybe 50 to 100 horsepower, you know, tune programmer, maybe like a old Hypertech or Super Chips, maybe a Bully Dog. I have no idea. I haven't done really much research on this. I personally was going to go with an EFI lot because of the customizable options, and later on down the road we hope to, you know, change that. So I've had this thing on for a couple of days. Thing runs great. It's got a bunch of different backgrounds that you can load up onto the monitor to make it look different colors and all that, which is really cool. And it's got like 7 different gauge parameters that you can keep an eye on, as well as what gear you're in, which when we're going to be towing the camper is going to come in. It's going to come in handy for sure. Even shows when you're locked up with the converter. So I've been riding around with it on 99. Actually talking with Edge today, and they say, you know, it's nothing that they can really do. It's something with the truck, which I completely understand. But all in all, guys, I'm super excited to get this thing on here, and I guess now we've got to dig deeper and figure out if we've got a tuner already on the truck. I don't know if we're gonna have to get the ECM cleared, or if the other tuner that we get to tune this truck can take it off of the ECM. I have no idea. Never dealt with this before, so it's a learning experience for all of us, myself included. Just got some stuff dropped off here at the camper, because we are loading up, moving out of our apartment here in Missouri, and we're getting ready to move in full-time to our camper, so we're super excited about that. If you guys are too, follow along. If you like these truck videos and want me to keep doing pretty much every little mod that I'm going to do, I'm going to try to make a video on for people out there who may have a question on it. Again, love the system. SRT10 A-pillar with the Edge CT3. I'd always mess that up. Edge CTS3 monitor and the Edge single pod mount. So I don't have a bunch of gauges in here, a bunch of wires running everywhere. It's just one wire running to the OBD port. There we go. At some point we will get an EGT gauge put in, and maybe a transmission gauge, because I've heard people say that when it monitors off the computer, it's not exactly accurate, but who knows? We'll see. And then eventually, if we ever do a turbo upgrade or compounds, we will probably get a different map sensor to read higher than the factory. If you guys know, the factory map sensors for these truck only read to like 38, I believe, is what my 05 would do. So you got to buy a different map sensor and get it programmed to the truck, and then it'll read up to whatever you want it to go to. So probably gonna do that down the road. For right now, we just wanted some gauges to keep an eye on some stuff while we're towing to the next spot, which we will fill you guys in on soon. I'm gonna get off here. Again, shout out to Edge. Great stuff, great products. Looks good, nice and clean, which is what we like here at Tacos, Turbos, and Toothpicks. Catch y'all on the next one. Build your truck and have some fun with it, man.